Welcome back, everyone, to episode 7 of the Daily English Podcast by Simple English Conversations. I'm Max.
And I'm Nora. Today, we're diving into a phrase that might sound like we're heading into the wilderness, but I promise no geese were involved in the making of this episode. We're talking about going on a wild goose chase.
That's right, Nora. The phrase wild goose chase doesn't involve chasing actual geese. It's a funny way to describe a situation where you spend a lot of time searching for something that you can't find or achieve. It's like running after something that doesn't exist.
Exactly, Max. And it's a perfect phrase to learn because it's used quite commonly in English to describe a futile or hopeless pursuit. But before we dive deeper, a quick tip for our listeners. When you come across phrases like these, try to use them in your daily conversations. It's a great way to remember them.
That's a solid tip, Nora. Now let's break down the phrase a bit. Wild here means uncontrolled or unrestrained. And goose, well, that's a type of bird. But when you put them together, it paints a picture of something quite chaotic, doesn't it?
It does. And here's a fun fact. The origin of wild goose chase comes from a type of horse race in the 16th century, where the horses followed a lead horse in a formation similar to wild geese flying. Over time, its meaning shifted to the figurative sense we use today.
I love how phrases evolve over time. And to help our listeners practice, let's use wild goose chase in a couple of sentences. How about this? Trying to find my lost earring in the beach sand felt like a wild goose chase.
Oh, that's a good one, Max. Here's another. Looking for a parking spot in the city centre on a Saturday can turn into a wild goose chase.
Both perfect examples of how to use today's phrase. Now, dear listeners, it's your turn. Try to come up with your own sentences using wild goose chase. And remember, the goal is to practice, not to be perfect on the first try.
Speaking of practice, it's time for our interesting fact or tip of the day. Did you know that learning a new language increases the size of your brain? That's right. Studies have shown that bilingual people have denser grey matter in their language centres.
That's fascinating, Nora. So not only are our listeners improving their English listening and speaking skills, but they're also giving their brains a good workout. Keep at it, folks.
That wraps up today's episode. We hope you enjoyed going on this educational but definitely not futile wild goose chase with us. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more fun and learning.
Until next time, keep practicing and remember, every conversation is an opportunity to learn something new. Goodbye, everyone. Hello, listeners, and welcome back to episode 8 of the Daily English Podcast by Simple English Conversations. I'm your host, Max, alongside the ever insightful Nora.
Thanks, Max. Today, we've got another intriguing idiom to unpack. Give someone the cold shoulder. Now, before you reach for a sweater, let's clarify that this phrase has nothing to do with the temperature.
That's right, Nora. To give someone the cold shoulder means to intentionally ignore someone or treat them in an unfriendly way. It's like showing someone your shoulder instead of your face, as if you're turning away from them.
It's a vivid image, isn't it? This idiom is especially useful because it describes something we've all either done or experienced at some point. And here's a tip for our listeners. Idioms like this one add colour to your language. They can make your conversations more vivid and expressive.
Great point, Nora. The origin of give someone the cold shoulder is quite interesting too. It's believed to have originated from a literal practice in medieval England. After a feast, a host would give a cold piece of meat from the shoulder of beef, mutton, or pork to guests as a subtle indication that it was time to leave.
History giving us the cold shoulder, huh? Let's put this phrase into practice. How about, when I tried to apologize, she just gave me the cold shoulder? It perfectly captures that sense of being ignored.
Absolutely, Nora. Or consider this scenario. After the argument, everyone at work was giving me the cold shoulder. It really does convey that feeling of isolation.
Now, for our listeners, think about a situation in your own life where this idiom might apply. Crafting your own sentences is a fantastic way to deepen your understanding and retention of new phrases.
That's right. And don't worry about making mistakes. The key is to keep practicing. Speaking of which, it's time for our interesting fact or tip of the day. Did you know that the English language is estimated to have over 25,000 idiomatic expressions?
That's an incredible number, Max. It shows how vibrant and dynamic the English language is. Learning idioms not only helps you express yourself more creatively, but also helps you better understand the culture and humour of English speakers.
Indeed, Nora. And with that, we wrap up today's episode. We hope you enjoyed learning about giving someone the cold shoulder as much as we enjoyed sharing it with you. Remember, every day is a chance to learn something new and expand your horizons.
Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to having you with us again for more fun and educational conversations. Keep practicing and don't give learning the cold shoulder.
Goodbye for now, and see you in the next episode. Hello, listeners. Welcome to episode 9 of the Daily English Podcast by Simple English Conversations. I'm Max, and with me, as always, is Nora. How are you today, Nora?
Well, Max, funny you should ask because I'm actually feeling a bit under the weather today. But don't worry, it's nothing a little rest and some tea can't fix. Plus, it's the perfect segue into our topic for the day.
Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Nora. And yes, what a coincidence. Today we're talking about the idiom feel a bit under the weather. It's a common way to say that you're not feeling well, typically when you're sick or just not at your best.
That's right, Max. And it's a good example of how English speakers often use gentle or indirect expressions to talk about sensitive topics, like not feeling well. A tip for our listeners: understanding these softer expressions can be really helpful in social situations, making your language feel more natural and considerate.
Absolutely, Nora. The origin of feel a bit under the weather is believed to be nautical. Sailors who were feeling seasick or unwell were sent below deck to protect them from the weather. So, they were literally under the weather that was affecting them on deck.
Fascinating stuff. Let's put this into practice with an example sentence. I won't be attending the meeting today because I'm feeling a bit under the weather. This sentence shows you how to use the idiom in a polite way to explain your absence.
And here's another. She's feeling a bit under the weather, so she decided to take a day off and rest. This not only uses our idiom, but also illustrates the importance of self-care.
Exactly, Max. Now, to all our listeners, think about how you might use feel a bit under the weather in your own conversations. Remember, practicing these idioms can help you sound more like a native speaker.
Indeed, Nora. And for today's interesting fact or tip, staying hydrated and getting plenty of rest are key to recovery when you're feeling under the weather. Sometimes the simplest remedies are the most effective.
Great advice, Max. Taking care of your health is so important. Well, that's all for today's episode. We hope it's been as informative and comforting as a warm cup of tea.
Get well soon to anyone out there who's feeling a bit under the weather. Remember, we're here to brighten your day with English learning. See you in the next episode.
Bye to everyone. Take care and keep practicing your English.